freaking nothing against the guy, but like Stevie Ray, leader of the B team for NWO, it could be a win over Stevie Ray by like freaking Goldberg or Sting, and it meant the world. You're like, yes, someone in the NWO has been defeated. It was a major win, and you were excited. Like,
Vincent.
wow, something happened. Vincent, even, you know, you were excited for it, and then I was like, meh.
Well, this kind of, I could have ushered this into our next topic, but WWE coming to the Carrier Dome.
Yes,
What do you
Syracuse,
think?
New York, Carrier Dome,
That's right.
December 26th.
30th.
I thought it was the day after Christmas.
30th.
All right, well,
December 30th.
if we're wrong, we'll let you know later. One of us obviously is. Now, Carrier Dome holds what, 20,000
Way off.
people? Way more?
Way off. 49,000.
How many would they do for
250.
WWE though?
Depends what you're talking about.
Do you think that they'll?
It's a house show number.
Yeah, it is a house show. Okay, so maybe they're going to sell like 20,000 tickets and see how it goes then.
That's what I'm thinking. Vince is going to do a test run here, see what the
See,
head offices at the Carrier Dome or whatever.
and he's got to know he's not good. It's tough to sell a house show no matter where it is.
Yeah,
it's a house show, and this is like a massive, you know,
it's
once
not
a
even
year
tri-branded.
fluke.
It's Raw only right now.
Yeah, like every once in a while you have like a fluke amazing house show for some reason.
Yeah.
Like they owed someone a favor. Madison Square Garden still has good house shows.
Exactly.
You know, something like that. So let's say it's a fluke amazing house show. And he gets like, all right, let's say they do 20,000 as a test run. If he gets 10 for a house show, that's phenomenal.
Yes. When we went to the show in Watertown, or did you go with us then?
Who was doing it?
It was in 05 when Jericho took on Cena in the main event.
Yes, because it made my Eugene rant.
Right. Okay.
Which I will share with all of you in a minute.
Okay.
He's re-signed.
How many people do you think was there for that?
2,000-3,000.
2,000-3,000. Now tripling that for a house show. We're not even talking about a live Raw. A live Raw.
How many do you think we were at the house show we walked out of? Finley and Mike Knox wrestled for a half hour. We walked out.
And then
we went to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch UFC. Couldn't get a table because the Hardys, MVP, Victoria, R-Truth, was Shelton with them?
Shelton was with them.
Etc. Put down $500 a table to save tables they may not be. So we, Team Hellions, decided, well, let's stick around and see who we met. So it was like, oh, Mr. Hardy, your table's right this way. Oh, thank you. You work here? Fuck no, I'm just a mark.
Yeah, but you know who we did get to mark out for that night?
Brock Lesnar.
No, Slow Joe.
Slow Joe.
Over at Denny's. Who could forget Matt McCarthy ripping the dollar bill in half, leaving him a tip, ripped the dollar bill right in half.
this much for a tip.
Gave him $50. That is not legal tender.
Legal tender. He needs a Team Hellions name, and it just might be legal tender.
Legal tender. Ladies and gentlemen, we give to you legal tender. Is his partner going to be...
Thank you, Cleveland. Good night.
Is his partner going to be Easy Money?
That'd be funny.
Okay.
Confederate currency. So, this has been the marketest Mark show ever. So, what the fuck were we talking about?
We were talking about the Carrier Dome.
Okay. So the rumor is that if this goes well, pay-per-view will be held in Syracuse. So for all of us, our fans that watch us in the greater New York area, no, not New York City, because there's more to New York than New York City. And the local 315 represent. Go to the Carrier Dome. Watch Raw. Enjoy yourself. Build it up, because that means we will get better shows. We'll get a Raw or SmackDown or ECW taping, and hopefully a pay-per-view. They did.
Hey, if we're lucky, we could get a David Arquette title win.
I forgot that was in Syracuse. I missed it. I wanted to go, and WCW was so lame. Then I was like,
I was like 8. I wouldn't even remember.
I wanted to go. But the last time, because Carrier Dome's never had one, because they're like, oh, WWE's beneath us. Screw you. You'll make a fortune.
Exactly.
But they run shows at the War Memorial, the On Center, all the time, and they did the first In Your House pay-per-view there, which came across well when it was like the 2-hour pay-per-views for dirt cheap. For what were they, like $10? 10 or 20?
God, don't even ask me.
Something
you have to remember
like
this
that.
is before my time.
Yeah.
I was like 4. I was like
time.
4.
God, I'm old.
You think I'm up at friggin' 8 o'clock at night when I'm going to preschool the next day, worried about my finger paintings instead of friggin' who Bret Hart beats for the title? Now look at me.
Was it Bret? I thought it was Bret and Sid.
Or
was it Bret and or was it Diesel and
Actually, I was just throwing out a name.
I don't know. Now I gotta look that up. Wish I had my almanac in front of me. Oh well.
I think it was Bret and Sid, by the way.
Brett
It was
said-
after WrestleMania 12
Yeah,
in
probably.
95.
Probably. Legal Tender would know it.
Wait. No, it wasn't after WrestleMania 12. I think it was after 11 because 12 was the...
I don't remember.
Whatever. Yeah, I think it was 11.
Legal Tender would know.
Legal Tender would
The,
know.
the professor.
We
If Mike
mentioned-
Tenay wasn't professor, he'd be.
That's right. Legal Tender.
Legal Tender. So, all right, let's go to UFC because I don't know where I want to go next with wrestling.
Good man.
Okay, now all I've watched for 101 because I was gone, I didn't get to watch it.
Okay.
I've acquired it through other means, and I will be watching it soon and writing up my thoughts, feelings, and opinions on it. But my phone blew up during Forrest Griffin Anderson Silva, and people were like, "Are you seeing this?" No. Thanks for rubbing it in. Why? What happened? A jab while walking backwards to an opponent that's advancing that looked like nothing. Now, I gotta admit, I was a little worried. And then for storming off after, which was I've never seen in UFC. It seemed very unprofessional, yet very understandable at the same time.
You have to think about it. He wanted to go in there and give the fans a fight, and he goes in there and gets knocked out with a jab.
It was a good fight. It was entertaining.
Yeah, but what's he going to do? Stand there and say, yeah, guys, I just got my ass kicked. And I mean, I had read, and from what I've heard from other sources, is that his jaw was already like dislocated or broken or already injured.
He had 3 big punches
from earlier in the fight.
Yeah, it was definitely the first 2 that did it.
Right.
I will agree with that. Now, do you agree? And I'm not saying that they did because Dana seems very hardcore and trustworthy about it. But do you agree it really looked bad? Like it almost looked thrown.
Honest to God, I was sitting there watching it with about 7 or 8 of my friends. You know, not really hardcore MMA fan like me. I'm trying to get some into it. Right. I'm trying to get a couple of them into it. Only a couple of them are hardcore, but I said that right after that happened. I go, man, it looked like he threw the fight. Because he got hit with a jab, and he just sprawled out like he'd been hit with an uppercut from Rampage to send his head into the third row.
He sprawled out like he was shot. He sprawled out like freaking Anderson Silva's quarterman hit him with a chair from behind.
And then Randy Couture ran in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Then someone pooped. I don't know.
What?
But it looked awful, and I kept I rewatched the original thing of it. Oh God, at least 10 times, and suddenly I was like, I bet you they'll play a replay from other camera angles. I need to see those, and I continuously watched all those. I was like, this looks bad.
Yeah.
This looks really bad for Forrest, for the UFC, for Dana. It looks bad. Joe Rogan's saving it like I think he was knocked out from the previous ones, and I wish Forrest didn't take off and could have even done the pre-fight. And he didn't run off like hurt. Like, no, don't interview me because my jaw is destroyed and I can't speak. He went off like I'm gonna take my toys and go home.
Stone Cold gonna take his ball and go home.
He deserved that.
Just saying. Anyways.